showing you guys how I make my GFX with Blender 2.9. So we're gonna go ahead and open Roblox Studio. Make sure you have Roblox Studio and Blender 2.9 downloaded. Down in the description I will leave a link where you can download it. Go ahead and open Roblox Studios, and it might take a while. Once it's open, you will have a variety of land to choose from. Today we're going to choose base plate, and it's going to load. And once it loads, you will have this toolbox on the side and the explorer. If you don't have the toolbox, just don't worry, just go up to home, and next to editor you're going to click on toolbox and it should show up. Then we're going to go ahead and click on models with this little arrow thing, and it should show up a numerous amount of plugins. You're going to go ahead and click on plugins on the very bottom and click load character. Load character, and go ahead and click on the first one and make sure it's not the one that causes Robux. Go ahead and click on it and it should look like this, and on the bottom it will say install and not installed because I have already installed my plugin. So we're going to go to the very top where it says home, model, test, view, and plugin. You're going to click on load character. Go ahead and change your Roblox avatar before you make a GFX, because it's gonna import whatever you're wearing in Roblox right now. Go ahead and make sure you have the X as spawn at Oregon and spawn R6, like so. Your character should pop up. And to move, to move, you're gonna click WSAD, and to slow down when you move, you're gonna click Shift. And to change your perspective, just change it like a regular Roblox game. So what I'm wearing here is a green skirt and a top with some accessories. And let's say I don't want the purse or the glasses. We click on the explorer we have over here. You're gonna click on your username and click this little triangle thing, and make sure now it's gonna be facing down. And you're gonna click on whatever you don't want in your GFX. So I don't want the black purse. We're gonna go ahead and delete the black purse. To delete it, you just click delete on your keyboard. Now, let's say we don't want the braces face and we want the super happy face, but it costs Robux. We're gonna go ahead and click on head, and there's the triangle again, and click on face. Go ahead and just delete that. Now we're gonna go into plugins again, but instead we're gonna click on images. Go ahead and search up the face you want. I'm going to be using the super happy face. And make sure it's on your face like that. Boom. Sometimes the GFX or the face will have this white blocky thing, so it'll make your whole entire face white, but we don't want that. We want just the transparent one. And let's say you accidentally click on that, just go ahead and put it on the base plate and click Command Z. Command Z is very important because Command Z is the button to press back. And put it on like so. Now to make a regular GFX, we're gonna go ahead and export our character. If you want a model, you go ahead and go into models, and to search up a specific username, go ahead and go into here, search for your creator's username. I don't personally make GFX models, but a lot of other people on Instagram make models and they are beautiful. Like here we have this beautiful forest fairy pond. Look at that, it's so nice. But today we're just gonna make a simple GFX. Go ahead and export your character, but the way you export it is a little different. Make sure it is still open here and click on Taurus, hold down command, click on right leg, right arm, left leg, left arm, human root part, and head. So you should have this blue block around it, and go ahead and export it. Where you export it, it doesn't matter, but I like to have a separate folder for my GFX body and clothes and all that. So I consider these parts the clothes because that is why we're saving them. Go ahead and click save, and now you're gonna go ahead and for the head you're gonna go ahead and click head and hold down command again, vintage glasses, mesh, for me that's the hair, and the matcha bow ties. So you should have all of the accessories like that, like so. Go ahead and highlight everything and export it as well. I usually just call this the head. Now that we have that exported, make sure you have the woman's rigged. I will have it down below in the description box, but make sure you just go ahead and download it. Don't worry, a little green box will show up on the bottom, but it shouldn't cause any problem there. Go ahead and click on Blender, open Blender. We can go ahead and just hide Roblox Studios, and Blender, it should show up just like this. Now you might have Blender 2.9 or Blender 2.1. It doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure this works on not all, but 2.9 Blender. Go ahead and go into File and Open. Go ahead and open your default, your woman's rigged and open, and a character like this should show up. If you use the woman rigs, it will show up as a pink body, but if you just use the regular rigs, it will show up like a gray body with some teeth and some eyes. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to go ahead and delete the head. By deleting the head, to delete the head, you can go ahead and highlight, you can go ahead and highlight the whole head, and you're gonna go ahead and highlight the whole head and click X to delete, not the delete button on your keyboard. Or you can select each body part and click Shift and click on the eyeball and all of the parts. I totally forgot to move around. You can't automatically just click the WASD or else it will show up this circle. To move, you're gonna go ahead and click Shift and this like squiggly line under escape. I mean, I got his eyes. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and reopen Blender. Don't save. Click on default blend. And there we go, it should be gone. Go ahead and delete the head again. And it's okay if it has some remaining parts, go ahead and just delete that too. Now, you're gonna go ahead and click on the middle body, not any of these rings, the middle body, and go onto this side. And not this one, not this, not these, but you're gonna click on this editor type. You're gonna click shader editor. Now you're just gonna, and this whole entire string connecting thing should show up. You're just gonna go ahead and scroll in and make sure you go to the bottom texture, not the texture that's right above it, the one that's on the bottom. go ahead and click on this open image and get your GFX folder, plop it in there, and your character's clothes should show up, and it should just automatically pop up like that. If you don't want to do this way, or this way isn't working out for you, go ahead and just click back like so, like Command Z, and you're going to go into material properties. Once you're there, make sure you're still clicked on one of the body parts, X out on the material, and it should just be this white chest. Go into new, and instead of principal BSDF, you're going to click on diffuse BSDF. The roughness, you can keep it at 0 or at 0.5. Go ahead and click on color, but not this where it lets you color pick, but you're going to click on the yellow circle. You're going to go into image texture and click open. Go ahead and open your GFX folder, put in that username, and it should pop up like so. This process is a little longer because you're going to have to do this for every single part of the leg and the hands and so forth. So I really recommend just clicking on that shader editor and importing the character skin. Alright, so once we have that character skin in, we're going to want to import the head. To import the head, we're going to click on File, Import, and Wavefront OBJ. Click on that folder again and import head. And make sure you have geometry, open that little triangle, and make sure you put split by group. Import OBJ. In here, the character should pop up like so. Go ahead and rotate it like that. Look how cute. Now, we don't really like it when our little rotation thing here is just on the bottom and not, with the head. You're going to go into edit, menu search, and search up set organ. And you're going to scroll down until it says set organ to geometry. Not geometry to organ, but organ to geometry. This way, when you click on an accessory, you can move it without having to look down and move it. We don't want that. So, like that, it should be able to go. Now, we're going to want a little backdrop because, it's just going to have a backdrop or like a black screen and it's not going to look cute. What we're going to do is we're going to click Command A and click Mesh Plane. And this little flat guy should show up. You're going to go ahead and rotate it so that it's standing up and move it back from our character so that our character's hair doesn't go through the mesh part. To increase the size, you can click on Scale and go ahead and increase it and make it a little bigger, but you can also click S and it should be able to scale pretty evenly on its own. Still not big enough, just rarely make it big. And of course, we don't want that white backdrop, so we're going to go ahead and click on New Material and click Base Color. And you should be able to change it to all the colors of the rainbow. I'm just going to go ahead and make it, let's go for like, maybe we'll go for a little yellow theme. There we go. That is so cute. And the yellow part should be there. Go ahead and click Command A again, but this time you're going to click on Camera. Go ahead and to go into the camera's perspective and to see if it really fits, you're going to go into this camera button right here, or we can click View and Cameras, Active Camera, and it should go like that. But an easier way is just to click on this camera button. And you're just going to go ahead and move back and position the character right there. And maybe we don't want this size, you know, we don't want a long like rectangle size. We want a square. You're gonna go ahead and click on this guy, which is the scene, and click on the resolution X to, for me, I like to do 1000 by 1000. If we do it any bigger, it will take a longer time to render. Like so. Go ahead and just kind of zoom in there. And to get out, you just click on that camera button again. Now once we have our character positioned, we can go ahead and move our character around. To move our character around, we just click on the circle around the arm, click rotate, and it should just move our arm up like that, and or move it back, or make it do some flips like that. Command Z, of course, to redo. And then if we click on this one, it'll fold our elbow. And if we click on this little yellow guy, it'll move our hand. And for our feet, if you click on this part, it'll move the knee. And if you click on this, it'll move the whole entire leg. Let's say you want to click on multiple parts. Let's say you're sitting down and you want the legs to look even. Go ahead and click on one side of it, click shift, hold on the other side, and you should be able to move two of them. Awesome. So if you want to move the whole entire character, you just go ahead and click on this bottom part, and it should move the whole thing, except for the head, because the head is a different part of the OBJ, so it won't come with it. But if you want it to come with you, go ahead and hold shift. Make sure you also select the bottom part, click on the head, the hair, the glasses, and all of your accessories. And then boom, your whole character moves along with it. Now let's say another easier way, if you didn't import your head yet, just go into click on one of the moving parts and click on object mode. This way, when you click on it, you move the whole thing like that. And then once you found where you want it, go ahead and click back on pose mode. Now I'm just gonna do a simple hand movement. Alright, look at that. It is so cute. Now, to see it rendered, you're going to go ahead and to the bottom here. You should have this regular circle, this material circle, and this is the rendered circle. And it should show up like this. It's pixely and yeah, it's just a hot mess. And it's super dark and all that. You're going to go ahead and click on this red world and click on the X, and you're going to download or import your background, your sky. It'll make the setting more bright. Go ahead and click on color, environment texture, and open. For me, I have my own separate folder just for my HDRIs. There is a website for skies that will work on GFX. I will leave a link down below. To look at it rendered again, like that. It's kind of bright just on top, but that's okay. We can also still change it back to another one. Here, let's see if this works. It's okay if it comes out pixely like that. Okay, for me, I don't know why, but for mine, it just the head and the hair it kind of fades away, and I don't really know how to fix that. But if this happens to you, we definitely want to fix it, right? We're gonna go ahead and click on the regular material again, so then it's a little faster. Go ahead and open go to the very top, which is the scene again, but the television looking thing, and click on samples and denoising, click on rendered, and viewport MLM to open image denoise and automatic to open image denoise, and open light paths, and it should show up a variety of things, but we're just going to focus on the max bounces. So here we're gonna change it to 110, and we're gonna change glossy to 1, transparency to 0, and transmission to 0. Go ahead and click back on that rendered, and our character should show up like normal. Look at that. Fun. And if you want, go into increase the exposure, go into films in the same area, and exposure, you can increase it like that. Now that's it. And if you want lighting, more lighting, with a sun, you can go ahead and click back on your material pattern, Command A, and click light and click sun. To go ahead and position the sun, it's just like every single other part in the body, I guess. Move it back. Move the sun by just holding down on that and directing the string to your character. So it's like the sun's hitting it. To change the color of your sun, you go ahead and click on this light bulb and change the color of that. For me, I don't really like having the sun there because you can obviously edit your GFXs with a filter or add more exposure on an editing app. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete the sun. Go back into rendering, and you should have a GFX. Now to render it, you're going to go to the very top, click render. For me, I like to lock the inference, which means whatever pose it's at, it's going to stay like that. But for me, I like to wait a little because it's going to soften up. So just going to go ahead and wait. Okay, like that, it should look perfectly fine. Go ahead and click on render, lock inference, or interface. Click render image and watch it render.